very important. But I think it's important for children, as Tiana was saying, like to have multiple mothers and fathers. It says it takes a community to raise a child. So in that statement, it's very true. There's multiple mothers and fathers in that, multiple views, multiple. But I think the most important thing to that is we got you got to make sure, that it's healthy. People are
Yes,
healthy.
healthy
You
people.
don't just want,
That is,
you might be like, you're not going over to Johnny's house anymore, cut. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like same mindset, same, and I don't even necessarily just, I don't even want to say the same beliefs
no,
necessarily, but what, you know what I'm trying to
yeah.
say?
I think one thing I'm realizing too is that it's just like when you have the different perspectives there, that's why I was saying like people pointed out stuff in me that it's not that my mom and dad didn't necessarily see it. It's just when you're coming from a different viewpoints, then you might and you're really interacting with the children with the child like in different settings even sometimes. I think other adults outside of your family may be more positioned to really then be able to like speak into your life in ways that your parents, um, whoever's raising you, might
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily be able to, even if they are healthy
Yeah.
and are trying to pour into you. So I think that's what I'm realizing with me. It's like there are ways. I like this story. I'm gonna tell your story.
Oh.
Okay, so like a couple years ago, it's the unicorn one. So I have, so this is an example. I've witnessed Sharif at church. Let me just paint the picture of it. So it's Sharif. Sharif's like what, six? How tall are you?
6'3".
Okay, 6'3". And then he's like mobbed by all these little middle, mini people, like little people who like reach his like kneecaps. I mean, and they're just like holding on, grabbing a leg or whatever it is that they can actually grab, because they can only go to his knees. So, there's this one little girl, I don't even know who she was, but I just remember seeing Sharif outside of the church with this massive unicorn.
His youngest daughter.
Massive. Like, this is the biggest unicorn stuffed animal. And he's like this, okay, big old dude, like carrying this massive stuffed animal into the church. And then, so I saw the little girl to whom he gave the unicorn, and her face, it's just like, so I think those are the moments, like, and she might not even necessarily remember that moment, as far as, but I think inside, like, that feeling of being seen and being valued. So I think, I mean, you can say, oh, that's just being a good friend, but I think there are all these little small moments that happen or that have, there's the possibility for them to be. And that is what I'm thinking of when I'm saying, like, supporting other people by like doing what I can to also help mother, not to usurp their
Yes.
parenting. That is
Yeah,
not
not
what
at
I'm
all.
saying, not
Not
to
at all.
judge their parenting, but just to also do what I can to help their children like know
Pour
that they
into.
matter
Yeah.
and they are seen
Yeah.
and they are loved.
Yeah. I love it though. I love kids. So, fun fact, I was a male nanny for a long time. So I love doing it, and I still do date nights, and I love, well, date nights means like
Watching the kids
watching the kids
while y'all
while
go on a date
yeah, the
with other
husband and the
people.
wife go out on, on date nights, and I love it because I have so much time, and kids are just so amazing. Um, so yes, fathering. I love this conversation, and I love the fact that you all are answering it and chiming in. But we have the same consensus of multiple mothers, multiple fathers. It's so good for, just children in general from multiple aspects to be seen and to be heard. And so the most important thing I think of that is when they get older, they mimic that.
Yeah.
So then in turn, then they turn around and become mothers and fathers. They do the same, do the
Whether or
same thing.
not they parent
Yeah, whether
or
they're
not.
not the parent or not. Yeah.
Just like we are, I guess, because we're saying we had people in our
Yeah, I
childhood.
still would like to parent my own,
I
but
would too.
who
In
knows,
the
man?
meantime,
Time keeps on ticking, ticking,
don't
ticking
remind me.
into
So,
the
God is faithful.
future.
I would like to know too, though. I have a question for the people who are parenting right
Yes.
now. So I mentioned like my friend who allowed me to come, well, a couple of friends who just like allowed me to be in their space with all of their kids. And I was just interested to know like those of you who do parent and who have friends who don't have kids. If you had any ideas for like how best, what that relationship can look like, or like if you've had experiences too with that, and how that may have been, how you've seen the fruit of it with your children.
Yeah.
Because there may be other people who will watch this later, who might be on now, who are thinking, well, I don't know if I could do anything that actually would have any decent impact. But it might, to hear it from someone who is a parent who's seen firsthand, might be encouraging to them. So, oh yeah. When you have kids, sometimes people only invite you to the certain things, whatever.
I tell Kate, bring the kids. I tell Kate, hey, bring the kids. I want to sit with the family. I mean, that's the way that I grew up. I grew up with all the families got together, kids are running around. You never really went with somebody where it was just, without the kids. It was like this community thing. So that's how I am. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so friends who will welcome your kids, I think that's a valid point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I bought crayons and coloring books for my little apartment. That's as kid friendly as I am right now. But I think that's definitely a good point. I just want to encourage you who are parents, because I've had my friends tell me like, we just want to spare you. Because I have come over to people's houses. There is just, the dinner is being cooked, like the kid is falling out on the floor. Like, I mean, it's real life, right? And they're like, I'm just trying to, like, you just go over in the corner and drink your glass of wine. Like, I don't, and I also think sometimes there's that element of like, I want to be the perfect parent and only have you see that part of my life. But what I just want to say is like, as a person who doesn't have kids, I'm just encouraging you. Like, if you have a friend who offers, or if you have someone who seems interested, like, I just want to tell you, like, for me, it has been such a blessing for people to be vulnerable enough and like open enough to allow me to come in and just be kind of like the auntie and like a part of the family.
Yeah.
So I do want to encourage y'all for that. And then Kate shared that one of her friends, Bianca, makes friends feel included like an aunt to them. That and I have so valued that role. I mean, like going to soccer games, just being around for holidays, and like I buy good gifts. So I mean, just those little things I think are so much fun. And important.
Just, I think that we're seeing in society like that total breakdown of community, but I feel like where I am in my life, with the Tasha and Kate and even with Kelly and Nick and just with people coming up in this type of situation, I feel like that this whole community thing is kind of coming back together. Like the glue is really kind of coming back together, because we need that now. We've been so separated. I would just like to see that whole thing more, like families getting together more, kids running around, and just that kind of community, helping each other out, and the parenting. I would like to see more of that. And we may be coming back to that. We may have to be the state of where things are going, So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like in certain areas, like there's still a lot of opportunity for community, and I think especially it just looks different now.
Yeah.
Because people are moving more, or like maybe you're not, in the same town you grew up in, and you have to create that community, create that family in ways where like in the past it may have just been like naturally, organically happened, when everyone was kind of like grew up together and knew each other or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is not the case for a lot of us, because even we're transplants from other places.
Yeah.
And, probably a lot of you on here are not living where you originally grew up. But I do think I see people trying to create or wanting that, reaching out for that, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. Today was amazing. It was really amazing, and we loved hearing from every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Um, we will see you not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after because I'm singing next Wednesday.
Yes.
I'm bringing singing back. So I will see you next Wednesday on Facebook Live with a nice little 30-minute show of tunes. And we hope you're having an amazing day. You matter. You're important. You are seen. You are valued. Love wins. This is the wonderful Tiana Cage.
And this is
Sharif Iman.
And before y'all go, if you know of anyone who might enjoy this conversation but wasn't able to join in, we encourage you to share this with them or share this on your page so that other people can listen. And hopefully something that we spoke about stuck out to you today. Mm-hmm. We want you to leave encouraged, whether you are parenting or not, that you matter.
Yes, you do matter.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for tuning in to Love Speak Revolution. We will see you soon. Have a blessed night.
Bye.
Bye.